Welcome to our video on the top 10 tourist destinations in Egypt. With a fascinating history that reaches back to the dawn of civilization, Egypt is considered the oldest travel destination on Earth. The African nation's awe-inspiring temples and pyramids have captured the imagination of travelers for thousands of years. In this video we'll be showcasing the very best of what Egypt has to offer, so let's get started after the intro. Number 10. Hurghada. Hurghada is a resort town on the edge of the Red Sea, easily reached via a bumpy 6-hour bus ride from Cairo. It offers a more popular alternative to Sharm el-Sheikh and Dahab and is now one of Egypt's most visited tourist destinations. But that's understandable, as there's plenty to love about Hurghada with its many beaches and warm waters. Number 9. Alexandria. The second largest city and leading seaport in Egypt, Alexandria has a prime location on the edge of the Mediterranean. Founded in 331 BC by Alexander the Great, the city was once considered the crossroads of the world. Several of Egypt's pharaohs, including Cleopatra, ruled the country from Alexandria until the nation fell to Rome in 30 BC under Roman rule. The city earned a reputation as a center for arts and literature. The city's Roman theater, which features stunning mosaic flooring and marble seating, is a remnant of Alexandria's Roman occupation. Number 8. Saqqara. The name Saqqara refers to an Egyptian village, but more importantly, an age-old necropolis with a scattering of both large and smaller satellite pyramids spread across a dusty desert plateau, buried beneath the sand overlooking the Nile Valley until the 19th century. Saqqara has since been undergoing a significant restoration process. Number 7. Siwa Oasis. Located near Egypt's western border, Siwa Oasis remained culturally isolated from the rest of the country until late in the 19th century. Surrounded by the Egyptian sand sea, the Siwan people developed their own unique customs as well as their own language, Siwi, a Berber dialect. The small community was not unknown to the outside world, however, even centuries ago. The famous temple of the Oracle of Amun, believed to have been built in the 6th or 7th century BC, made the oasis a place of pilgrimage. The most famous visitor to seek the oracle's wisdom was Alexander the Great. Number 6. Sharm el-Sheikh. Sharm el-Sheikh is one of the most popular resort towns in Egypt, located at the tip of the Sinai Peninsula. With its warm, deep blue water and great golden beaches, Sharm, as it's affectionately called, is a popular package holiday destination with its own airport. Number 5. Dahshur. Dahshur is a little village south of Cairo that's home to some lesser-known, less crowded pyramids. You won't find the massive queues that you'd expect at the Giza complex or Saqqara here. In fact, until 1996, it was a restricted military zone. Like Saqqara, Dahshur was part of the ancient necropolis of Memphis. The same pharaoh behind the building of the Great Pyramid built 2 more complete pyramids in Dahshur. In the years after, many more pharaohs had their own pyramids built here to form a total of 11, but none of them could compete with the original ones. Number 4. Aswan. Egypt's southernmost city, Aswan is another major city nestled along the banks of the Nile River. However, due to its location and size, it offers a much more relaxed alternative to big cities Luxor or Cairo. Although its own monuments are minor compared to Luxor's, Aswan is the base for excursions to the temples of Fili and Kabasha and to the Sun Temple of Ramses II at Abu Simbel, to the south. It is also the best starting point for excursions to the temples of Kamambo and Edfu, between Aswan and Luxor. Number 3. Cairo. This dusty capital city is one of the most sprawling cities on Earth, home to more than 17 million people. Built on the banks of the Nile River, Cairo is a medieval Islamic city with an eternally hazy horizon and beige-colored buildings topped with TV satellites. Built near the ancient capital city of Memphis, modern Cairo is a popular starting point for cruises up the Nile and for explorations of the pyramids at Giza just outside the city's limits. But there is so much to do within this enormous city itself. At the world-renowned Egyptian Museum of Tahrir Square, visitors can get a close-up view of the treasure of Tutankhamun as well as mummies and other artifacts from Egypt's ancient past. The city's most historic mosques are worth a visit as well. Dating back to the 9th century when the Fatimids made the city their capital, the Ibn Tulun Mosque is the oldest in Cairo. The stunning citadel and mosque of Mohammed Ali Pasha, also known as the Alabaster Mosque for its gleaming white edifice, was named after the man who is regarded as the founder of modern Egypt. Number 2. Luxor. 1,000 years after the construction of the Great Pyramids, the new kingdom arose in Egypt, and power shifted from the ancient capital of Memphis to Thebes in the south, the site of modern-day Luxor. Enriched by gold mined in the deserts of Nubia and transported to the city on the river Nile, Thebes became the country's cultural and political hub. Today, the mid-sized city Luxor is known as the world's largest open-air museum and is one of Egypt's most popular travel destinations. There's so much to see and do in Luxor, from temples to tombs and everything in between. You'll need to allow a couple of days to do it all justice. Number 1. Giza Necropolis. The Giza Plateau is probably one of the most recognizable destinations on Earth. Located on a desert plateau to the west of the capital of Cairo, Giza is its own city, but in recent years it's grown so much that it feels like another district of ever-expanding Cairo. While once a humble carriage track, Giza is now one of the most touristy parts of Egypt, home to upmarket hotels, big-name restaurants, giant shopping malls, and pulsing nightclubs. But most famously, Giza is the closest part of the city to the Pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx, which is why most people center themselves around this neighborhood for at least a few days during their trip to Cairo. The three main pyramids of Giza are an ancient necropolis that were built as tombs for three Egyptian pharaohs, Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure. A scattering of satellite pyramids in the area were built as a place to bury their wives and royal family members.